And we're on. You got it?
Sure.
Boom. Thanks for coming on again, man.
No, thanks for having me.
But yeah, you can get tickets for the UFC through that fucking there's this, I'll show you later. They got heaps of single tickets left, but it comes with accommodation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it was like, I think it's, I paid $1,500 though.
Steep. But
It's steep, but I got good tickets.
where, do you know whereabouts?
The P2s,
They're the like second section back.
the second tier. So
Oh,
you're looking
yeah,
directly like into the cage.
That's heaps better than like ground level anyway, you know? There's
would've-
nothing worse than just staring at the fence.
I would have preferred to pay $100 like Miles did though.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking cunt. I don't know how he managed to get 6 tickets.
Straight off the bat too.
Yeah, he's blessed. So fresh out of America, how was it?
So good. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like the training's amazing. The place is it's a little different, you know. Austin's it's a different place to be for sure.
Is it like everything it's hyped up to be?
Like Austin?
Or America in general?
It's
Just bring that up a little bit. Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Better?
that's better.
Cool. Yeah, like the training was exactly what I wanted it to be, you know.
Yeah.
Just intense, constantly learning, like just the amount of good guys to like gain information from was unbelievable. But like America as a whole is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I was getting notifications on my phone being like, oh, this kid's been abducted
Jesus.
within like a mile from where you are, or this person's been shot like at the supermarket, you know.
Yeah, there was fucking another school shooting like the other day, and there was a nightclub shooting. It's hectic over there.
It's crazy, and that's just like the ones that we get over here. Like, I was just getting notifications on my phone. You wouldn't even see it on the news. They're just like,
Did you live with Craig or any of the boys there?
I was staying in a couple of Airbnbs. The first one was a few guys from Australia, Kaya and Ben, and then the next one I stayed with Joseph Chen, who's going to come next week.
Yeah, apparently he's an absolute menace.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
He is a problem.
And he'll be doing... When's he down for his seminars?
His seminar at M16 is the 10th, I believe.
Alright, this will be out before then, so if you want to get around it, that'll be a fucking banger.
Yeah, I have a seminar at CCMA on the 9th too, and then Joseph is the 10th. So make sure you go to both.
CCMA, is that Alan's?
Hartley's.
Alan's
yeah.
gym? Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, everyone would want to be getting around you at the moment. You would learn so much.
That's it. Just trying to strike while the iron's hot, you know?
Was it weird getting fucking... not was it weird?
It was
at
manhandled.
first?
It was.
You were?
It wasn't weird. I knew it was going to happen, but like...
Did you get off the plane? I heard... I think you even told me you like got off the plane, rested, and then the first roll you did was with Nicky Rod.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first session I got there, I was staying in this shithole hostel the first 10 days.
Yeah.
In the middle of Austin, it's like 40 degrees, and they're like, the aircon's broken. There's 10 of us fucking smelly backpackers in this fucking hostel, and I'm like, I gotta go to training. So I'm getting up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, going to Denny's, waiting 3 hours to go to training, and get there, and Nicky Rod's like, oh, let's go. And then the first thing he does is collar tie me, and I was just rocked off the first collar tie.
Yeah,
and I was like, what the fuck am I in for here?
Yeah, is the weather similar to Australia there?
Yeah, it's like similar to Adelaide almost, like just dry heat, you know?
Yeah, right. Do you go shooting and shit like that, or do all the American shit?
Yeah, my friend Aaron took me shooting. He's like an ex-military guy, and he's like, oh yeah, this is the gun that I have for this, and this is the gun that I have for this. And I was like, I've never held a gun before in my life. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's so cool. It's so cool, and fucking, yeah, it would have been a massive culture shock. Craig's fucking doing really well up there, eh?
He's loving it.
Yeah.
He's basically American now.
Spending time with him would have been fucking hell good too.
Man, I'm so grateful for all the help that he gave me, you know? Like, just a good person.
Yeah, that gym's full of murderers. Who you got there? Nicky Rod,
Nicky Ryan, Ethan,
Isaac,
Damien, Isaac, JB, Joseph, like even the guys that aren't famous yet, but are gonna be famous, you know, like the level's so good.
Yeah, that's insane. It's going to be huge. And now in Australia, you just come back and you're just doing the tour around Adelaide, fiddling everyone.
I'm trying. I competed the other weekend just to sort of show some of the new stuff and hopefully promote myself a little bit for the seminars and things like this.
I did a podcast with Dunks and he seen you at Beachside and he reckoned you were throwing around some beatings there.
Yeah, I had to. You know, when you come back and you're like, well, I got to show everyone what's up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, no, that's good. And you're planning on going back next year?
That's the plan. Not sure when yet. Just got to see what the competition schedule is going to be like. My first match been announced already. That's going to be the M16 Open, January 29th against Daniel Schwartz, who's a bigger guy.
Which would be weird for you because you're generally the bigger one, eh?
No, I used to fight at 73 kilos, and I used to fight the open weights then, so I fought guys from like up to 140 kilos before 150.
What are you fighting now? Like 85-ish?
I normally fight under 88, but I walk around like 92, 93.
Yeah.
Hopefully put on a bit more size for this one.
You've put on fucking heaps of size in like the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's been a big focus, just strength and conditioning work.
How's the Mexican supplements up there, everyone?
I plead the fifth, you know.
Yeah.
I can't speak upon anyone.
Fucking animals over there.
There are some big human beings.
How big's Nicky in person?
Nicky Rod, he's like maybe like an inch or 2 inches taller than me.
Taller.
And then like double me.
He's taller
wide.
than you?
Yeah.
No way.
He's big man.
He doesn't look like he'd be that tall because of how big he is.
He's huge, dude. Like,
what the fuck?
and just a freak. Not only like his athleticism, but he's so flexible.
He's got a
He could
wrestling
like
background.
scratch the back of his ear with his elbow. You know, he's so flexible.
Jesus. Yeah, he's got a like hell hardcore wrestling background, doesn't he?
I don't know how much wrestling. Like, he obviously wrestled, but I don't know to what level exactly.
Is the wrestling over there, was that hard to deal with? Because they're all obviously, it's like they grow up with it.
100%. Like, I learnt so much like of the wrestling game over there. My friend JB helped me out considerably wrestling. Craig too took a lot of the wrestling. And the first week I was there, like a guy Jason Nolf, super famous college and I think Olympic wrestler, world champion, was there, just in the room, you know. I'm just watching him like throw guys around, being like, oh, that's what wrestling actually is, you know.
Yeah, that would be so weird being around people that like we grow up playing football and shit in school, and they wrestle. They just form like this weird strength.
Unbelievable. Like everyone that wrestled from being a kid, they grab you and you're like, what is this? Taylor's the same, you know.
Yeah.
When Taylor grabs you, you're like, that's not how a person's supposed to feel, you know.
Yeah, she's fucking strong girl. But we were talking before about UFC 284. You gonna try and go?
If I can get there, you know. I'm just got to see what happens.
Yeah, that's gonna be such a fucking good card.
Yeah, even if not, I'm going to try and tag along with Adam and train with Craig.
Yeah, Craig's going to be doing the fucking camp.
Yeah, so hopefully I get to go train with Craig and stuff when he's here.
Yeah, right, because... because fucking he would be Volk's main... I forgot, he'd be Volk's main kind of coach for this one.
You need someone who understands, like...
and he's
the game that Islam's going to play.
Craig's
you know?
really studied that kind of style too, hasn't he?
I think you've seen a change in jiu-jitsu towards that style, you know. I think these guys have actually been ahead of the curve for so long, and Craig's recognised this, and you watch him now, how he trains and how he controls people is very similar.
They just hook the legs. It's more like they control the other person's legs and pressure. Like
it's just unbelievable pressure. It just feels like you're being crushed the whole time from the bottom, you know. Guys that have played the bottom, like myself, I played the bottom game for years and years, and then I was over there, I was like, what the fuck is happening to me here? Just getting mushed into the ground. So, even the smaller guys, like Nicky Ryan, when I train with him, he's like a full 80cc weight class below me, so he fights under 77. He was on top of me and I was like, I cannot move this human being, you know. Like at the time I'm like nearly 15 kilos heavier than him, and I'm like, this guy isn't moving no matter what I do.
It's almost 30 pounds. That's fucking huge.
Yeah,
right. And so guard pulling's not a vibe anymore.
You better be really good at it if you're going to do it, you know.
Yeah, fuck. If Volk pulls off that win,
The whole arena, you'll be able to hear it in Sydney from Perth.
If Volk fucking somehow pulls that win off, I'm going to start a fire. I'm
not sure Perth can contain that much energy.
It'll be crazy. It'll be fucking insane. It's definitely the biggest card Australia's ever seen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think they're going to try and get Hooker on it as well.
Yeah, after he's fine after his last fight. Nothing happened.
And then that Jack Madalena.
Jack, man, I got to like watch him train, and I did like a session. I taught a class at Scrappy MMA last time I was in Perth.
No shit.
Thanks to my friend Pablo. He's a jiu-jitsu instructor there, and man, that guy's just a freak of nature. Hey, like,
did you watch his last fight?
I remember watching him. He fought my friend Luke Howard years and years ago, and he put Luke in the shadow realm. He hit him, and Luke was gone. You know, I've never seen someone with a touch of death like that.
Yeah, he's got but he's got such good fucking technique. Did you watch it? I think it was 2 weeks ago he fought.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Bro, it looked like he was hitting pads because he was just slipping out the way. He was weaving out of everything, and then he just popped him in the head, and it was over. He's just done.
All those boys at Scrappy MMA, first of all, they're super nice guys.
He seems like a kind of camera shy kind of guy too. Like he's just a fighter.
Super nice, man. Yeah. All those guys are just killers.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. That's going to be such a good card. There's that Jack Jenkins that just got signed to the UFC. He'll be fighting on it too.
Another monster too.
Yeah, he's a fucking Muay Thai stand-up savage, but he
I think Dana's going to regret what he said about him on the Contender Series.
Yeah, he just barely. He said he was in a generous mood, but
I think he's going to show everyone.
Australia's never had such good, even in jiu-jitsu, like combat sports in general, jiu-jitsu, MMA, Muay Thai. Australia and like NZ at the moment are fucking on fire.
Yeah, it's just getting better and better. You know, like. We got, look at the population, you know, what have we got? Less than 30 million still.
They got that in Austin.
America, yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're going to see, it's just going to keep getting better and better, you know, just the culture here.
Yeah.
And the support that the fighters get from the people, it's just going to get better and better.
As there's more gyms and better gyms popping up and people are getting rid of that like old school mentality where you can't cross-train and shit, everyone's kind of probably starting to get better too.
100%, like just sharing of information.
Yeah, because back in the day, you'd know better than me, but I'm sure it was probably more like cults.
I remember the state championships used to be the best. Like when I was a kid, it'd be like everyone's rocking up in their gym like jumpers and stuff, and it was like everyone was segregated. They'd sit in their own section of the stands, and no one would talk to each other. Everyone's just mad dogging each other. Did
you get time in America to go on like did you do any kind of holiday shit?
I did one trip to North Carolina to go teach at a gym out there that's affiliated with the same gym that I'm affiliated with in Japan. So I just got to do a bit of not even that much sightseeing, but I just got to go visit a few friends over there and just hang out and meet some people.
Did you eat some hell slutty food?
Oh, bro, the barbecue.
Yeah,
the barbecue's unreal.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like I could eat whatever I wanted over there, and like I'd still lose weight. You know, there's only so many pizzas you can eat and calories you can take in. But 20 minutes with Nicky Rod's going to burn that straight off. You know.
Yeah. Is it a small B team? Is it a pretty small gym?
No. Yeah. Well, like
in terms of M16, it'd be like double or.
Yeah, double, yeah. 2.5 ish.
And just one big room with a mat.
That's it.
That's sick.
It's like crazy. Like when you first walk in, you're like, it takes you back. Like, man, this is the room where all these guys are. You know, it's insane.
Were you a bit intimidated at first?
Yeah, I'm pretty shy anyway. You know, so at first, you know, I'm just sort of training with the lower level guys, and then as I get more comfortable, guys sort of noticed like I was pretty decent, and then got to train. I was lucky because I knew Craig.
Yeah.
You know, and Craig would always train with me and help me out, and then people see I'm training with Craig, I'll train with that guy. And then the more time I spent there, like, I'm friends with everyone there, you know. And
is it pretty open to the general public?
Oh, incredibly.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I can't believe how welcoming everyone was. Like, from the like worst guy in the gym to the best guy in the gym. Everyone just trains with everyone. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, that is cool. And next time you go up, you're going to try and do another, what was it, 3 months you did?
I did 3 months. It would just depend on what I can do, you know, with visas and, like, time away here and, you know, it's expensive.
How's it getting a visa in America? Because that's classed as a holiday, or is that like a working holiday?
Mine was just a holiday because I wasn't earning any money. So
yeah.
So that's not too bad. But when you keep going repeatedly for long periods of time, they just get a little bit sus and they're like, how are you doing this? And it's like, well, if you look at my bank account, I've got no money anymore, you know?
Yeah.
But they're just like, the like TSA guys get super sus. I know a bunch of Australians got put in a room and questioned for hours and hours and missed flights and crazy.
The airports
crazy
in
like
America
this.
are fucking insane, eh?
Yeah. They don't take any shit, you know?
So, yeah, you didn't go to New York or anything like that?
No, I've been to New York before, and I've holidayed in the US before, so this was like just training.
Yeah, fuck, there's a lot of gyms. There's a lot of just... It's so, like, it's endless. You could go there every year, and you still wouldn't, like, scratch the surface of, like, the jiu-jitsu and combat sports there.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you could go train at New York. There's like 5-6 world-class gyms.
Isn't Henzo's
Still in New York. I don't know who actually teaches at that Henzo's anymore, but there's a...
Is Danaher based in New York as well? You probably won't be training there, but...
Danaher's in Austin.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he moved to Austin.
The gyms are like 10 minutes apart.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's so good. It's like, you could definitely like bump into people from both gyms at the shops, you know? It's super funny.
They
how
really
close
don't like each other, do they?
I think I don't know. I think they're pretty reasonable because they have to see each other all the time at events. You know, it's never going to end in a bus stop anyway.
It would be a fucking phenomenal experience to kind of train with Gordon more than anyone, but he's a fucking maniac. He's a savage.
He's different. Like, for sure, he's insane.
Yeah.
There's something missing in that guy's brain. But I think there has to be that good, you know? He's
just so good. He's just so good to watch.
Watching what he did to everyone at ADCC was unbelievable.
It's fucking insane. It's just crazy that no one's... Like, he's literally the best. Like, it's just weird how many levels he's above everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that no one's close enough.
Yeah, like,
you know?
No one's even gotten really close besides Craig when he put him in that armbar at, was it ADCC?
No, that was EBI.
EBI.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Fuck, that was crazy.
Yeah, insane.
That was crazy. Anyone else on the planet is tapping to that. Any other person in the world is tapping to that, except Gordon.
I'm definitely tapping, that's for sure.
Or John Jones, maybe. He'll let you take his arm.
Yeah, like Vitor.
Yeah, fuck, that's insane. So where do you go from here? You just keep competing, try and build a following?
That's the goal.
Because there's no real, like, fucking roadmap with jiu-jitsu on how to do it, is there?
No, the thing with jiu-jitsu is it's half the time it's a popularity contest, which is annoying, you know? I've been trying to like post more. Adam Jones is on me all the time. He's like, you got to post. And I'm like, I hate doing it, you know?
Yeah, you should hire him as a manager.
Yeah, 100%. If it was up to me, I'd never post on Instagram. I wouldn't even have Instagram if it was up to me, you know? But I know that I need to have it for sponsors and for notoriety to get my name out there, to get me more fights, you know?
That's one thing about Craig, that he's a gun at jiu-jitsu, but he's so fucking good at marketing himself.
He's just so funny.
He's fucking hilarious.
And he's like that. Like, he's not putting on an act when he's doing like the shit on Instagram, you know? When you're in the gym, he's constantly...
Well, Adam's
just
the same. Adam's
jokes.
He's a pretty funny cunt too, but Craig, like, he posted a picture in like a Baywatch fucking swimsuit.
So good.
So
good. The photo shoot he did with Mikhail, I think they reshared it recently, of
him and his mate. Was that Lachlan Giles' wedding photo?
Giles' wedding photos? Incredible. Like, how can you think to do that? Is that guy he did it with Yaha? Or is that him? Yeah.
Is he at B-Team as well?
No. That was when he was in Melbourne. That photo shoot was years and years ago.
Oh.
But they just sort of reshared it all.
I've seen that Yaha guy. He looks like a little savage as well.
Me and him had a super fight like years ago, and you got to see the...
Isn't he up to your knees?
I'll send you the photo of the weigh-in, and he's like standing on my chest and he's looking up at me from here.
I was going to say, because I'm a small bloke and he looks like he's really small, but he looks like a nugget.
He's good, man.
Yeah,
I really like, we're good friends too. Like, he's awesome.
Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. I've seen a lot of him on social media, but yeah, fucking Craig, when they did that photo shoot the other day, and I was fucking pissing myself.
It's so good.
They executed it so well.
Yeah, I think they like got the same photographer and everything, you know, like Unbelievable.
Are you going to Thailand in next year? Is it?
It's on the cards. I just got to sort out what I'm doing.
That'll be a cheaper holiday at least.
100%. Definitely easier than getting over to the US.
Yeah, and Caruso's over there now too.
Yeah, Tony's over there just training away.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's got in the cards.
He's coaching at Phuket top team.
Yeah, beautiful.
Striking coach. It looks so cool over there. He's like, everything's so cheap. You can live like a professional athlete for a real cheap price.
Yeah. That's good for him, man. He deserves it.
The jiu-jitsu over there is not really fucking popping though, is it?
Not in Thailand. Not unless people are going over. You know, Craig does camps. I know Giles does camps too. That's
the last thing people need to fucking teach those time fucking fighters, those maniacs.
Yeah, and I know there's a bunch of Russians over there though, like crazy wrestlers that live over there permanently and just fight.
Yeah, Thailand's fucking got heaps of Russians. All throughout Europe, there's heaps of Russians. They're fucking everywhere.
Monsters.
Yeah,
just
animals.
Built different. That entire culture. You know?
Is there any like Dagestanians or Russians at B-Team?
There wasn't when I was there. I know they get a lot of Russian guys come through. They've had a lot of the Polish guys because jiu-jitsu is massive in Poland. I don't know when that happened, but like they got a lot of talent in Poland, and I think those guys came through just before I got there. Which apparently they're all savages, so that probably was good for my body, you know.
When 80 cc's every year or every two?
Every two. Yeah.
So you got a year and a bit to train for that.
Well, I got to qualify. So the first qualifiers should be next year, and then the following year there will be the final qualifiers and the ADCC.
Do they run them in Melbourne?
It depends, because it's Asia, Australasia, that for the qualifiers. So they could be
Singapore.
They could be anywhere. Yeah, they're supposed to be in Singapore last time, but they moved them to Melbourne. Hopefully they do them in Australia again. Just makes it easier, you know. But I'm also a British citizen, so I can do the European trials too.
Do you have a British passport?
Yeah, I was born in the UK and came here when I was like 8. So
you can travel freely.
I can
in Europe and can you in still?
I think I don't know the specifics, but I think I'm running out of time for my free travel in Europe.
See, I fucked up because I never got my second passport because both my parents were born in Cyprus. I could have got a Cypriot passport when I was a kid, but I never did it, and then they changed the rules. Would have made it so much fucking easier.
Yeah, I just renewed my British passport, so I'm good
hold
to
on
go.
to it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any training and shit in Europe?
I trained very briefly, like once while I was in the UK. But I competed at the Europeans 2019. That was actually my last tournament at lightweight, 73 kilos. And then I came third. That was in the gi. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. And then you've never worn it since?
I competed a couple more times. That was at brown belt. I competed at black belt a couple times in the gi.
You have no interest in it anymore, though?
It depends. If someone offered me good money to do a super fight, I'd put the gi back on, but all my focus has been on no gi for the last couple of years.
Yeah, why would you do that to your fingers?
Mine are mangled already, you know, from all the years.
It's fucking horrendous. It's so bad.
If you look up a guy, Paolo Meow, and look at his fingers, that'll put you off doing the gi ever again. They're just disgusting.
Yeah, I remember you used to see everyone and it's like, yeah, it's gentle sport, and everyone's got their fucking fingers like
they're all taped up
together.
They're all pointing different directions.
Fucking gross.
Yeah, I've had it. Like I had my finger caught in this judo guy's gi and he ripped it. And this is while I was living in Japan. And I'm looking. I'm like, my finger's pointing that way. I'm like, that's okay. I can just do that. But I was like, why is my fingernail facing me? And so it turned the whole way around and was pointing the other way. And I was like, I don't have the Japanese vocabulary to explain to someone my finger's broken, so I just had to grab it and like twist it and put it back in line. And it's sort of offline, but it works, you know.
What's the name of the gym? Is it Bonsai?
Bonsai.
Yeah, and who's that under?
Roberto Satoshi, Marcus Souza. Roberto Satoshi is the risen lightweight champion right now.
Oh, really?
And Kleber, who is the other instructor there, he's the risen featherweight champion right now.
No shit.
And they're going to fight the Bellator champs on New Year's.
Oh, are they doing a cross promotion again?
Cross promotion, so champ versus champ on New Year's.
That's sick.
So that is going to be awesome.
Yeah, no shit. Risen's such a fucking wild west of MMA.
It's the best. It's the best.
Oh, cool. Craig and Gabby Garcia should fight on Risen.
I think there was talks.
Yeah, Adam was telling me.
It's craziness. Like,
Yeah,
Just make it happen.
I reckon Gabby, she's not 100% she'll lose.
No.
Because it starts standing up. Like, he'd have to at least cop 1 or 2 punches in the head.
But I don't know. You remember the fight she had with that grandma? She's just hammer fisting the top of her head.
I didn't realise how big Craig was.
Yeah, Craig's like my height, but like thicker than me. Like,
yeah, because I didn't realise how tall he was. Because Adam was like showing. I didn't realise how fucking tall Adam was until the other day when he came here. I'm like, I swear he's gotten taller, but he's like, yeah, Craig's only like that much shorter than me.
People used to be like, Declan, I didn't realise you're so tall. I was like, yeah, because you've only seen me in photos with Adam, who's like damn near 7 foot tall, you know?
He's huge.
I'm like 6'2", and everyone's like, man, I thought you're like 5'5", you know?
We went to do the bro hug the other day, and he physically had to bend his knees down to just like so he could get his arm around me. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, cunt? He's so big.
Yeah, he must hate it. Like, people comment all the time, you know?
Well, you don't see cunts that tall ever.
Never in Adelaide either.
Yeah,
you know?
not in fucking Morphettvale.
There must be like 3 of them in Adelaide.
Yeah, it's Adam and probably 2 Sudanese guys from the north.
They can play basketball.
They can play basketball. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, that's fucking dope. So America was a win, and then next year, hopefully Thailand. That'll be good. You've been to Thailand and shit before?
I've never been to Thailand. I've been to Bali, so
same thing.
Similar.
So not the same, different country, but like similar vibe.
Lifestyle,
Yeah, similar kind of vibe I hear. But that'll be good.
Yeah.
When are you going to plan on like just going on a holiday? Just you can't. You're in your prime. It's probably you got to.
Be 26 next year, so you know.
Yeah.
The time.
It's coming up.
You know, like my prime's really approaching now. I've got maybe 10 years at like really going for it, and then
what is it, about 28, 30?
28 to 30. Jiu-Jitsu, you actually see a lot of guys like later in life continue to do really well too, like 35 to 40 still guys go. It just depends on how well the body holds up and how many Mexican supplements their body can handle, you know.
That's the thing. But do you know what? That's probably the best thing for the sport.
Yeah, for the sport's longevity, for sure.
Because there's no point fucking saying you can't do it and then people just find ways around doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. It's better just to let everyone kind of do it. I don't know if there's any drug testing in jiu-jitsu, but I'm sure it's very loose.
The only competition that drug tests is one, like the RBJJF, their world championship drug test. And they only drug test the winner of each division. That's it. And I believe... I don't know this for a fact, but I believe it's just a piss test. I don't think they do blood.
Yeah,
so it's basically tick a box, are you on steroid, yes or no? That's the level of testing in jiu-jitsu.
Well, it's such like a fucking weird pain and a weird thing to do to your body. You need something it's more probably practical for the recovery. And whatever else it comes.
It is the recovery, but then you see guys like Gordon that look like that, and you're like... There's definitely some benefits of being the strongest.
I didn't realise he dyed his beard and his hair, and I seen a photo of him. I hadn't seen a photo of him in ages, and then he looked like a fucking gorilla, and he went all grey, and I was like, he's just gone grey because of the steroids. I didn't realise he dyed his hair. He looked fucking 62.
Looked like the world's like most Jack Santa.
He's your age, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's 26, 27. Is it? Yeah, around my age. But just like...
Because you're a fucking big dude for 26, and then there's like another cunt that walks around like that.
Yeah, he's different, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you see him walking around and you're like, what the fuck is that guy made out of?
I've seen a photo of him with his like shirt off once, and the cunt had like a 12-pack, and
he's
just fucking huge, just all year round, just shredded.
You see like a shaved chimpanzee, that's what they look like, you know? They're just jacked.
Yeah, he's huge. And he's pretty much the only Danaher one at Danaher's, like their marquee kind of roller. They don't really have like a stacked room, do they?
No, they do.
They do. Obviously, they get a lot of UFC fighters coming in and out. I think GSP trains there a lot and stuff.
GSP trains there. I think TriStar used to have a lot to do with Danaher. But Giancarlo won the 88 division. He's a Danaher guy. Marigali placed in the open weight and the 99 division. He's a Danaher guy.
Where do those Rotolo kids train out of?
They're Atos guys. So Andre Galval, who fought Gordon in the super fight, they've been with him forever. But I think they're opening their own gym in Costa Rica. I think they just like to chill,
Why
surf.
does everyone go to Costa Rica? Tax?
I don't know. Because the boys were in Puerto Rico. And
I think it's similar kind of
similar
vibe because
but
I know those Pole brothers fucking moved to
Puerto Rico
as well, probably for tax reasons.
Yeah, making millions and millions of dollars. If there's no tax, that definitely helps.
Craig's doesn't have a gym over there anymore, though, does he?
No. I don't think they never had their own gym.
They just trained there.
I think just because it was hard for foreigners to sort of set things up over there.
What a fucking life he's living, eh?
Just running a gym.
It's crazy how far jiu-jitsu can take you now.
Well, that's it. He's the poster child of guys from Australia.
In like Adelaide, Woodcroft. It's crazy.
That's it. He used to live like 2 minutes from Woodcroft College, and Craig went there, and now he's running the jiu-jitsu well.
When did he? How old's Craig? Like 33?
Oh, I wouldn't know. Maybe 31, 32. Yeah, a couple of years younger than Adam.
It's not bad. So he would have popped off maybe like 8 years ago. He's kind of started making a name for himself. You got some time still, eh?
Hopefully.
To put in.
That's it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just try and keep building.
It's fucking weird though, because with like anything, it's probably like, well, with jiu-jitsu, it'd probably be like 70% skill and 30% luck. On like being at the right place in the right time, getting the right call out or the right match up.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
You just got to have exactly like you said. Sometimes the brackets just aren't in your favour. Sometimes they are. Like Craig.
Like you might draw Nicky Rod in your first bracket and then you're fucked.
And then that's it.
Or you can meet him in the final and somehow pull something off because you've gotten in 6 good rolls.
That's exactly it.
Confidence is up. Yeah.
But I guess you just got to be at the level where you can beat everyone,
Yeah.
Otherwise...
And you got to be ready all year round.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
In case something pops up.
Yeah, that's another thing. People in jiu-jitsu, especially the lower levels, I've never understood it, but they're like, I won't fight this guy, I won't fight this guy. I just want this one or this one or this one.
Fear of losing.
Craig and... Adam and Miles, they just go, you want to fight this guy, Declan? I was like, don't ask, just put my name in, like Adam's like switched my opponent before and been like, I knew you'd want it anyway. And it's like, of course, I'll fight anyone. Do
you have like someone in Australia that you really, really want to have a crack at it?
Anyone, the guys that have beat me before that are like rematches with, there's anyone that's been to ADCC, doesn't matter. Any weight class, anyone.
Are you in is it Declan or Deacon? Oh,
Deacon from Tasmania?
Yeah. Is you the same weight?
No, Deacon, me and Deacon are similar weights, but, he's like a student of mine almost.
Yeah. He looks like a savage. He's done an M16 Open before, hasn't he?
He's the under 99 champ right now, but Deacon's like a guy that... he's helped me out when going to Tasmania, doing seminars at his school. He's affiliated with M16 and
Tassie's got some fucking combat sports there. What old mate just won a PFL championship?
Rob Wilkinson.
Yeah.
He's amazing, man. Like, I've grappled with him. He's a monster.
Yeah.
His grappling's amazing, but he doesn't even need to use it because his hands are just so good.
Didn't you and Adam go there fucking... I think it was our last podcast even.
Yeah. I think we'd either just got back or we're just heading out there for then, and then that was just before Rob moved to the US for the PFL, and then he just ran through everyone, $1 million.
Yeah, fucking hell, that's insane.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy either. Like,
where was he fighting before PFL? Just like Eternal or something like that, or
he fought sort of everywhere. I think he basically fought for everyone here. He fought Izzy Adesanya.
He did
in the UFC.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Yeah, and then. That was at middleweight, and then
bang $1 million.
And then so the UFC didn't sign him or whatever, and then PFL came up, and he's like, "Thank you very much." What a
blessing in disguise, because you wouldn't be earning $1 million in the UFC unless you've been there for like 6 years and you got a massive fucking following and you're a champ.
That's it. Like, now I'm not sure exactly how the PFL works, and you got to sort of just take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt because maybe the details are wrong, but. At least now he's got another shot. The PFL put him in for the next one if he wants to do that. Or maybe Bellator or someone.
He's a PFL champ now.
You're going to see the world champ, and his contract wherever he goes now, it's going to offer him bigger money for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And it's $1 million, and that doesn't include... Obviously, they'd pay their fighters maybe 15 or 30 grand a fight, or they'd have to pay them something.
Yeah. You'd get paid per fight, and that's just the main prize, I imagine.
It's fucking crazy. $1 million. What a game changer for that dude. Good on you.
$1 million US right now is...
It's $1 million US. It's like 1.3, 1.4.
No, you'd 1.6, 1.7,
Really?
I'd say.
That's good, because then he'll obviously get taxed
and
half that, so he'll end up with like a cool $800,000 or $700,000.
Yeah.
Fuck, what a game changer.
That's it. That's life-changing money,
Yeah, there's his house paid off. Now he can be a full-time fighter.
Yeah, and like I said, just a great dude. Like, he's super cool.
Where's the money in jiu-jitsu in seminars, eh?
Seminars, prize money. That's it. Owning a school, traditionally it would be like you'd fight, you'd win, you'd earn no money, and then you'd open a school, and because you'd won, people would come and train with you, and that's where the money came from. But now there's more options. Like, you don't have to own a school. You got DVDs, you got seminars, you got things like this to make money.
Would you ever open up eventually when you're done competing and all that, and you can...
Just see where life takes me, You just got to see how far I can take the competition scene.
It's a massive fucking commitment opening up a gym, isn't it?
It is, because that locks me into a place. Right now, it's not viable. I've got such a great thing with M16. Miles looks after me so much, and Adam, and it allows me to go do those trips to the US and things like this.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. It's a cool fucking journey. We were talking about it the other day with Dunks, because he's a brown belt, and I was like, dude, you're fucking he's so close. He just needs a couple more years and he's going to be a black belt, and that's like the biggest achievement. For like a hobbyist, that's like the biggest achievement, but for you, I was saying getting a black belt, it wouldn't not mean anything, but like that's not the end of your journey kind of thing. Like the black belt is... just in the background, doesn't matter, because you're looking at it as a career aspect.
Yeah, for sure. I remember I got my black belt 3.5, nearly 4 years ago. No, 3.5 years ago. And then I, as soon as I got it, I was like, for the day, 2 days, I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then I was like,
back to work.
Now I've got to train because I've got to beat all these black belts. And I competed 2 or 3 weeks later at the black belt competition, and I was like, I just want to fight these guys that have been black belts for 10 plus years. It was an amazing experience. Actually, my first black belt tournament, I took out every division. I won all of them, and I was like, man, it felt like I deserved it then. When I competed, because anyone can get given a black belt, and I can tell you 15, 20, 30 people who have got their black belt and never done anything. Never competed, never really, in my eyes, never earned it, But for me, when I won that first tournament, I did gi, no gi, and both open weights, and I was like, I'm here,
Yeah, then, I deserve to be here.
Yeah, and then being able to compete internationally and do the same, I won some international tournaments of black belt, and then I was like, you just start to feel more and more like you've earned it, other than just getting it and being like, I'm good, but that's me as a competitor, you know? Like you say, someone who's just been training as a hobbyist and just wants
it's the biggest thing that they can ever achieve.
That's it, but Dunks undersells himself. He's really good. He could compete and beat lots of guys.
He was downplaying himself a bit on the podcast. He was saying, because I was saying to him, as a brown belt or a black belt in jiu-jitsu, because I don't know exactly, but I imagine that the biggest difference between a brown and a black belt is just time and training.
There's lots of brown belts that would beat all black belts.
So I was saying there's probably if it came down to it, you'd probably be able to kill 95% of men that walk around because they're not trained. Anyone that doesn't know jiu-jitsu, he'd probably fuck up. He's like, nah, probably not, bro. But I've heard he's good.
He's incredible, and he's a fantastic teacher too. I remember
teaches at Beachside, eh? Used to. He's in Darwin now.
Beachside. I remember I went to one of his classes, one of the rare opportunities that I got up at 6:30 in the morning, and then he was teaching, and I messaged Conway. I was like, man, you've made a good decision making Dunks a coach. He's incredible, and they got lots of good teachers there now.
Yeah, I heard he's killing it. That's good. It's a good central location too.
Yeah.
Aren't you up that way?
Yeah, I'm at Glen Elgway, so it's like 5 minutes from me.
Perfect.
It's like easy. I teach there Monday lunches and Tuesday nights, so I'll be there tonight.
Yeah, gangster. Nice. Yeah, I've heard good things about it, and Conway's a sick cunt. I messaged him today actually to get him on.
Oh yeah, he'll be a good one.
He'll get loose. I've seen him get loose.
I had no comment at all.
He gets fucking wild.
We were at a wedding on the weekend, and
oh, was he there too?
Yeah,
I seen you and Harry and all that were there.
Yeah,
was that a good one?
It was very good. I'm still bouncing. Still back.
Hurting.
Yeah, but it's well overdue.
Yeah, no, that's right. I was messaging Harry. He's a funny cunt too. He looks like he's getting so strong.
Ah, no, he's not that strong.
Do you do much weight training and all that?
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every single day. Fuck. I guess you just have to make it a lifestyle, don't you?
That's it. It's like this. I want this to be my job, so I have to treat it like a job. You know, like I used to hate lifting weights, but now I've done it so long, I actually quite enjoy it.
Do you do PTs as well?
Yeah. So my days basically, I'll train in the morning. I'll do a few PTs. I'll lift. I'll train again at night. Teach classes.
Do you have like a diet that you have to follow as well? Or you just don't eat shit?
My strength coach, so BJJ Conditioning, his wife helped me because she's a nutritionist, and she did all my nutrition plans. That was like super big help. That was actually like I was lifting before, and then for him to give me my full strength program helped, but then my diet was terrible, and I think
it makes a massive difference. Diet.
It's so important. I think that's where most of my size and strength also came from, was having a proper diet, eating sufficient calories.
Yeah, because over the last year you filled out heaps.
Yeah, and I'm so much stronger than I was.
And it doesn't look even like a Mexican supplement strength. It looks just like you've grown big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It looks good. But
filling out, getting older.
Do you set like a day aside for like recovery as well?
Sundays are normally my day, like off of everything, but depends on how my week is. I'm getting better now as I'm getting older. I'm just listening to my body.
Oh, do you ice bath, sauna? Do you like the leg compression shit? Any of that?
Yeah, I've
complete recovery.
Complete recovery had me in before the last tournament on the weekend and just helped me out, and then they've been helping me out a little bit here and there.
Apparently those leg compression things are fucking legit.
Yeah, they're so good.
Because Jamie, didn't he he's done something to his ACL, and he's been using them, and he's like, my leg feels so good. I think just the blood flow that you can get with those things, like, just recovers everything. Like, you can go do a heavy legs workout and then go in there and then the next day be fine, you know, as opposed to like being hardly able to sit. Yeah, if anyone wants a good ice bath tutorial, one of my good friends, King AK, has an excellent ice bath tutorial on YouTube, on his YouTube page.
Funny story, when I first started training jiu-jitsu, he trained at the same jiu-jitsu gym
fuck off
that I started at.
No way. Yeah. So he's a boys.
No, I didn't say that. No. Miles going to kick me out of the gym, dude. But he used to train there.
I think he blocked me.
Did he really?
I don't know. The comments disappeared and I can't fucking find the cunt. I was hassling him.
I mean, nobody's like you. Shouldn't be talking about anyone, you know?
I don't know. Yeah, so this fucking looks like a 12-year-old's come at him with a fucking texter on his face. He's a drongo cunt, isn't he?
I'm not getting involved, man.
Oh, he's a drongo cunt. I don't know why he'd come at me. Oh, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy so much. I got like fucking 100 inboxes after I posted it. And everyone was giving him shit. But yeah, he's a fucking special little character.
Different.
That's alright. You should have a super fight with him.
I think he still trains.
I think he has a fucking gym up in, I don't know where he lives, but wherever he lives, he has a gym or something. He must be fucking decent because he's been training for so long by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Like, when did I start? 12 years ago he was in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he must be.
I think I knew a dude that used to train with him. I think his dad used to have a gym in Adelaide.
His dad did used to have a gym, yes.
Was it up here?
I don't remember where it was.
Where did you start jiu-jitsu?
In a place called Theberton, a Brazilian top team. And then
there's not there anymore?
No, so the coach there left, and he moved to Queensland, and he runs the Brazilian top team up there. And then Leo Aruda took over that gym. So Aruda BJJ.
No way, yeah.
And then I was there, and then the guy that I was training with at the first gym left Aruda, and I went with him, and then him and Miles sort of affiliated, and then I ended up with Miles, and now we're here.
Yeah, right. Do you ever train a Aruda or go there anymore?
I very occasionally I'll call in and see my friends there. Like Leo's always happy to have me.
Will used to go there, and he reckons Leo's like a hard man, eh?
Leo's
like an old school jiu-jitsu head, like hell cool, but like he's fucking proper strict about it. And
if you see like my experiences with Leo now are like very, very calm. We're very like I've always had a lot of respect for Leo, and he has got a lot of respect for me. Back in the day, Leo was much harder than he is now. Like the guys say things to me now, and like you guys have no idea. You know, guys that train with him now, like, oh man, Leo was so tough. I was like, man, because we used to have a really good competition team, like guys smashing all the competitions, but it was like we would work to the bone.
He did used to have one of the better gyms in Adelaide. He still does.
Still got a huge gym,
and it's hell central to everyone, so it's always busy.
Yeah.
Is it big? I've never been to a room.
It is. It's huge. Like
it is.
Yeah, massive space.
Do they do striking and shit there too?
I'm not sure who does it anymore. I'm not sure if you know the guy Pat Lim. He used to do it when I was there.
I think so.
It's been a few years, but I know he's got his own space now, so I don't know if anyone's actually doing striking there.
I swear I went to a Muay Thai show once, and there was an Aruda.
Yeah. My friend Sam Goodman, he used to fight out of there. I think he won a lot of his Thai fights. Yeah,
it's fucking good. I got Pugliese and his head coach coming up. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, next weekend.
That'll be good.
Yeah, he's a fucking interesting dude, Pugliese, and he's had like a pretty crazy like experience with MMA and all that.
Yeah, like he must have been one of Adelaide's top prospects, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But he's an incredible guy, and it's good that he's got grappling, you know, because he's a fantastic grappler too.
Got a mean guillotine.
Very mean. Like one of the best guillotines I've ever...
Yeah, I've seen him snap it on, and it looks just insane. He just always has his hands, it's like perfect.
As soon as he gets his hands together, very, very rarely you ever see anyone get out of there.
Yeah, he looks like he's really strong, but he's got good technique, because he's not the biggest dude. He just looks real athletic.
Yeah, he was holding the 66 kilo belt for the M16 Open for a very long time.
And he trains, does he train at...
trains at Eastside Rolling now.
Eastside Rolling.
Yeah, he used to be with the Rikers guys, I believe. And then he often comes down and trains with us at M16. He's a great addition to have. He just likes to train hard and learn, you know. He's
the pastor man himself.
The pastor man. I think I'm pretty much keeping Pastor Gogo Glenelg afloat with my Uber Eats orders.
I couldn't believe he owned it. It's so good.
It's the best pasta you can get, for sure.
Yeah, like, I couldn't believe it. There's a few of them in there.
There's heaps. There's like Unley, North Adelaide, Glenelg. These are all ones that I've just been to.
Good on him. I didn't realise that was his though. I was like, fucking hell, he's young.
I think it's I don't know the details, but
well, still, it's pretty cool. Like, it's fucking cool little thing.
It's amazing.
Because Pastor Gogo's fucking legit.
It's the best. Yeah,
yeah, and his coach is coming on. I'm not familiar with his name, but his head coach is going to come on.
His
with
grappling coach, Mark.
Yeah,
awesome guy.
Yeah, he said he'd be cool to talk to.
Old school legend, man. Like from back in the day.
It'd be cool to talk to some of those old school, because those cunts when they were growing up and doing jiu-jitsu was such a niche sport. Everyone probably thought they were maniacs.
Yeah, and like back in most of those guys MMA, like back in the day, you know, like when it was underground almost. And
they would have all been doing it in the gi. Or majority.
I think most of them trained both back then too, you know.
Was no gi really much a thing back then? Or were you just training for MMA more than anything?
I think a lot of them were training for MMA in no gi, you know. You ask those guys, they know even more than me. Like, I've been doing it 12 years, and the guys before me, like, precede me by like 5, 6, 7 years.
Is the new thing, like you were saying before, the new like kind of vibe in jiu-jitsu is like top pressure and maintaining position? Like, because I remember like for the last decade almost, it's been leg locks because of Danaher. Once Danaher kind of cracked those leg locks, that was the game. And then it was like pulling guard and getting into your saddle and like all that kind of shit. And now it's more top pressure.
I wouldn't even say 10 years. Like, when did Gordon start becoming
6 years?
Like 2016, 17?
Yeah, about 6 years ago.
Yeah. Before that, a lot of the gi was still super popular, you know? Like, obviously, ACC time was always popular, but a lot of the guys played very similar games to what they did in the gi, no gi. So a lot of the bottom stuff was really popular, but, like, inverting under and attacking, trying to get to the back. Passing's always been there, but, like, passing now is completely different, the way people apply their weight and things like this. And then, like you said, that wave of leg locks came, but now everyone's relatively savvy defending leg locks, so the success has gone down. Now people are finding ways to pass off the leg locks and attack off the leg locks, and now we're seeing this wave of passing coming through, and then because of that the guard will get better and that'll come back. So it's all a cycle. And
then there's just all these little maniac white and like purple belts and shit that are just menaces.
Joseph just got his brown belt, and he's going to be a problem. He'll win.
And he's 18.
He just turned 18 too. Like,
that's crazy.
He'll win the ADCC. Maybe not the next one, but if not the next one, he'll win the one after
small,
for sure.
Smaller dude. 77,
but he's a big 77.
He's 77 at 18.
Yeah.
No shit, what a freak.
He's a freak athlete. Like,
is it Joseph Chen?
Joseph Chen.
I didn't want to be racist because I thought his last name was Chen, but I didn't want to know if that was just me being racist.
No, we were at this tournament in Houston, and man, the guy could not get a single name right. I got Deacon, I got like every name, but Joseph got Jojo Chan.
Jojo Chan.
Yeah. And I was in hysterics. This announcer must have just been paro because he was just like smashing whiskeys on the side.
They were saying at M16 when he first came down, he's like born in. He's got like he's bit everywhere. Like he's half something, and then he's born somewhere, and now he lives in America. Like he's been all around the place.
Yeah. He's constantly.
Is he from Singapore?
You'd have to ask him. I should know, you know, but I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to him when he's down.
Yeah, we'll tee it up for sure.
Yeah, tee something up with him. He sounds like he's a fucking animal. Because Miles and me, even Miles was like trying to spend every second he could with him, trying to get some knowledge.
Yeah, when I was over in the US and like we were living together, it was like having an encyclopedia. I could ask him any question, he's got an answer. You know, like he's unbelievable. When did
he start jiu-jitsu when he was fucking 10?
No, like 3 years ago. He's just
what?
It just like. His ability to learn is incredible.
Getting a brown belt within like 3 to 4 years would be unheard of. Like,
yeah, it's like
10 years ago.
Yeah, it's funny. Like guys, like I remember BJ Penn getting his black belt in like 4.5 years, and everyone was in an uproar. They're like, you can't do that, you know. It's going to be like 10 years, and now you see guys do it really, really quickly. But guys like Joseph, like. Of course, he's beaten everyone.
You can't go and roll purple belts. He'll fucking kill him.
He'd beat nearly every black belt there is, you know?
That's insane. It's weird where they... Like, how do they come... What the fuck? Like, how do they... Just different mindset just made for it.
Just his learning style and his dedication, you know?
Is he crazy. Like, real technical?
Yeah. Like, one of the most technical people I've ever trained with.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think Miles said they've sold a fair few tickets to the seminar too.
Oh yeah, that'll sell out, so like get in quick for sure.
How many Miles can fit? Like 80, 100 people there?
Nah.
How many did he have for Craig?
I think they had 60 for Craig.
And it was fucking...
And it was packed.
Did you use both rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That would be so funny to see.
It's like, yeah, it's crazy because like you end up working in like threes just trying to make the space, and then people are in one room, in the other, running back and forth.
Is he going to Melbourne? Is Chen going to Melbourne and all that too?
Yeah, I think he's going to be in Sydney first, and then he's going to Melbourne. Just probably just walk around, smash everyone, get his name out there, and then go back and set himself up for the next time he comes back.
How do those EBIs? Have you ever looked into trying to get on an EBI?
Mostly their invite.
Oh, right.
There are like...
They don't do trials.
There's like
anything.
one qualifier spot, and the qualifiers are like out and whoop, whoop, you know? It's hard to get to.
Because that would be that's a pretty, like, that's a good one to get your name out there.
Yeah, for sure. They've actually just gone back to doing the traditional jiu-jitsu EBIs. They went to combat jiu-jitsu for a long time.
Oh, was it strictly combat jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, for a long time.
I thought they did both of them.
They started just jiu-jitsu, and then it was both for a little while, and then it was just combat jiu-jitsu, and then they just brought back the regular jiu-jitsu.
Would you do combat?
I was going to do a combat jiu-jitsu match at the end of last year, but I'm down, like, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Miles's was fucking sick.
Miles's was so good.
That was so good.
It's funny training because I'd forget like that's what he was training for, and he'd slap me, and I'd be like, "Oh shit," you know.
That guy who fucking rolled was so much bigger than him too.
Yeah.
And that slam was. I remember when he picked him up and he slammed on his back. I was like, Miles paralyzed. Miles has to be paralyzed.
The best part was like in the lead up because I went over with him, and we're like, I wonder if you can slam in this rules. And we get there, the mats must have been like this thick, and I was like, we should probably ask, hey. And the rules meeting's going on, and you know, you've been to so many rules meetings in your life, you're just drifting off, and then it finishes, and we're like, oh, we didn't even ask. And we're like, it'll be fine. Miles gets on the guy's back, slams straight away. And
bro,
like,
that was
first thing
so
that went through
bad.
my head was, oh, fuck, we should have asked.
It was so bad, and that bloke was so heavy. He would have weighed at least a fucking 105 kilo or something.
He was big. He was, yeah.
And Miles gave him a fucking wallop, and he sent me the picture like after he finished. He's like, look at this. This cunt's fucking eye was out here.
Man, I don't know what, I think because there's no glove, no nothing, but open palm leaves welts, you know.
I'd rather get punched in the head than slapped.
I think slapping would make you so angry, you know.
Yeah,
it's so much more disrespectful,
yeah,
you know. Like, guy
degrading.
just slapped you across the face. You're like, all right, now it's on.
And a lot of people's game, well, not a lot of people, but like a lot of leg attackers, their game probably wouldn't work as well as the normal jiu-jitsu match.
It would depend. Like,
Depends how quickly you can fucking take their knee with you.
yeah,
But
if you can break their leg before they can
Yeah.
hit you, you're all good. And it depends on the distance control. I think you saw in Gary Tonon's fight where
he got fucking
because the guy
knocked
had
out.
such good leg defense, you know, he was
that was wild.
put him in such a dangerous position, and that was it.
That was wild.
It was so bad. It's hard to watch guys like that get knocked out.
Yeah, it sucks. I was hoping that fucking Gordon would give like MMA one try.
He's always said that he would do it.
No
but
promotion. It'd be hard for him. Oh, I guess ONE FC don't really fucking test that much, and Ryzen would take him in a heartbeat.
I think it's the pay you'd need now, you know, because like
He would need a bit.
multi-millionaire now, so he's not going to go get punched in the face for nothing.
Yeah, it'd be fucking good. Even Craig in that, like some sort of MMA fight would be good with a male, another male, or Gabby.
Or Gabby.
Or Gabby.
Or Gabby.
You're not interested at all in MMA.
Me, maybe one day. I never want to say never, but my goals are in jiu-jitsu right now. Maybe that changes, but right now,
even those ONE FC jiu-jitsu matches, they're fucking sick.
that's crazy. And 50 grand bonuses for jiu-jitsu matches, that's unheard of.
They're sick. What's that absolute savage? Oh, he rolled, is it Imanari?
Oh, Mikey
Musameshi,
Musimeshi, yeah.
yeah.
He's a
fucking savage.
he's a different cat, but yeah,
Is he? He's a weirdo.
he's different, but like his jiu-jitsu is incredible.
Yeah. Oh, most of the good ones in jiu-jitsu are a bit fucking strange. What's with that in your sport?
I don't know.
Because you're pretty normal.
It's heavily on the spectrum for sure.
It
The
is.
sport,
Yeah,
like,
100% it is. All the best ones are definitely a little bit on the fucking spectrum.
big time. Big time. I just hide it really well. If you ask Adam, he'll tell you. It's like
He's young too, that Musameshi, isn't he?
a few years older than me, I think.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Rotolo twins are young, aren't they?
I think they're only just 18.
Fuck.
It's craziness. Like, but they've been training since they're like 3. You know, they've been training 15 years and like professionally since they were young.
Has that Andrew Wilkes done much lately? The one from Daisy Fresh?
He I don't know him too much about it, but I think he had some mental problems and
That makes
he sort of
sense.
disappeared.
Yeah, he was a fucking savage, like a backpack. How strong, how strong looking. He was. That Daisy Fresh documentary blew them up heaps.
That such a good doco.
If no one's watched that, go on YouTube and type in Daisy Fresh and watch from the first. They did like little seasons. The first season is so fucking cool.
It's amazing, yeah.
It's so cool. It's just about these guys who just fucking all live at this gym and they're just grinding every day and they look like they work so hard.
Yeah, and you see the results now. Like the guy, the Hillbilly Hammer, Jacob Couch.
Is he doing good?
He's amazing, man.
Yeah.
He was so good. I was really looking forward to it because we're in the same division at the ADCC Open. I think I was one match away and I was winning the match. And I'd put the guy down, I was up by 2, and then I jumped for the guy's back, and I fell off, and I fell straight into a choke. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I just, it would have been so good to have that match. Cool. Like, not to, like, call him out, but, like, just to feel what that was like, So
he's a hillbilly. He'd be strong. Mm-hmm. He's like a full farm boy.
He was smashing everyone. He's a killer.
Is he a black belt?
He's a brown belt, I think.
I was going to say, because when he was doing Daisy Fresh, I'm pretty sure he's like a purple belt.
Yeah, but like, because it's ADCC, the belts don't matter.
Yeah.
Everyone fights everyone.
Yeah, savage. And then there was that Australian guy, I'm not sure what his name was.
Jacob,
yeah.
Yeah, Spatchy. I know him. He's a really nice guy. Like, yeah. It was cool. I got to hang out with him a little bit over in the US.
Yeah, but it's funny as if anyone hasn't seen that documentary, they literally live at the gym, just like...
When they pull the raccoon out of the roof and like...
Fucking gross. But they're just all savages. They just all want to be savages.
Yeah, I that's not for me. I need a shower.
Yeah, they like living in staff.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone's got to be riddled. Like, they've got to do an episode on what diseases those guys must have from living in that condition.
Miles was on here like saying how long he hadn't had staff for and shit. And then the week after the podcast, he copped it so bad.
Look like the Elephant Man.
Oh, I've never seen... Mine wasn't that bad. I copped it on my face once, but it was in my beard, so it didn't look too bad. But mine was like... It looked dangerous.
It was... Yeah, I think because he flew with Jack too. Like...
Yeah, and he had to fucking corner a fight.
Flying with staff can't be good for you. I never had staph up until this year, and I had it 4 times.
America?
No, just like I got it here, and I got it once in the US too. But it was...
Where are you copping it?
I got it on my stomach and up my arm like a few times, and it was just fucked.
How fucking hot? Do you get tired from it?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's just that, but it's the antibiotics and that you just feel so fatigued. You're like, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I copped it so bad on my beard and on my head once. I didn't know it was staph, so I popped it.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
And it fucking just oozed out, and I was like, oh no. And then, like, it just knocked me for like 2 weeks. I was fucked.
Yeah. The antibiotics kill me too. Like, even with probiotics, on my stomach and everything.
The hell prone to it. Is B-Team pretty good? Because I remember Henzo's and shit in...
B-Team's so clean, man. Like...
In New York, they were they were just living in stuff for like years.
Yeah. That's one of the cleanest places I've ever been. Like, everything's pristine all the time. The staff are constantly cleaning.
That would have been fucked in Puerto Rico. It would be so humid there and hot all the time.
I think that's like, guys, everyone I know that goes and trains like in those sort of like does a camp in Thailand, they get staff at least once. I think there's just something about that climate.
It's just humid. Yeah, it's just humid. Everyone's sweating
all the time, bacteria everywhere.
Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah, I haven't had stuff in a long time. It's the fucking worst. It's the worst thing to get.
100%.
Especially if you don't know you have it. Because you've gotten it so much now, you can probably see it straight away.
Yeah, you can just feel it's like that pimple's different,
That pimple's different.
Yeah.
That should be your rash guard.
That pimple's different.
Do you have merch and shit? No.
I got something in the works.
You do?
So, something coming soon.
Nice.
But I'll leave it as a surprise.
We'll see. That's going to be good. Yeah, fucking... Craig's brand Street X is also dope. Is that it?
Oh, this is the B-Team one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All Craig stuff that he's dropping, so he's just like
everything that cunt touches turns to gold. He's just got it.
He's just got the mind for that.
Yeah, he's got it. He's good at mark. Street X. If anyone hasn't gone, go suss it out. They got some good shit. They got cool shorts and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not just fight apparel and shit. It's
like
streetwear.
A lot of streetwear, and the guys that do it over in Perth, like, good guys.
Oh, do they make it here?
Yeah, I believe it's a Perth brand.
No shit.
Yeah, and then Craig's been working with him, doing the B-Team stuff and his own sort of stuff with the AKs and the gym stealing.
He's beyond getting cancelled now, eh?
I don't think he can be. Like,
No.
I think the Americans don't understand, so they just leave it, you know? Like, Craig could say whatever he want, and they just be like, he's just Australian, you know?
Did people, like, ever look at you like, what the fuck are you saying?
I'd say things over there, and people would be like, I don't think you can say that. I was like, it'll be fine. You know, like, me and Craig would be having a conversation, and, like, the Americans just be looking like, what the fuck are they talking about, you know? Just do not get it sometimes, hey?
Did you call anyone a cunt over there?
I tried not to, but I definitely would have, you know? Like, and the look on people's faces...
They don't like it, eh? It's really offensive over there, isn't it?
It's like they never heard it before, you know? They're like, no.
It's how weird hearing an American say call someone a cunt though. I was on like Instagram Reels the other day and this American said cunt and I was like, it's so unnatural.
It just doesn't sound right.
No, it sounds rude when they say it. Yeah, it sounds really rude.
Yeah, it's like they've never said it before either, you know? It's like it's hard for them to get the word out. They're like, you know, it just can't come out of their mouth.
Oh, I fucking love it.
So good.
I gotta go to Texas one day. The barbecue would be, the food and the culture and shit would be so cool over there.
Yeah, man.
Apparently Austin's pretty chill. Like, it's not too...
Austin's like, so, yeah.
It's pretty
like,
laid back over there.
It's crazy, like the city and everything. Like, the homeless problem that's terrible. Like,
is it bad?
It's super bad. It doesn't make sense. I'm like,
that's a new thing in Austin as well. Apparently, because of, like, since coronavirus, they've been just like hundreds of thousands of fucking homeless people. It's
like 40 something degrees. These people living in like tents under bridges. I'm like, surely you can find somewhere colder, like just nicer to live. Like,
it's not the state to be homeless in.
No, not at all. It's too hot. Get a bus somewhere.
How do you do it? Because I think in fucking California and LA and shit, it's worse.
Yeah.
Like the homeless problem.
When I was in San Francisco in like 2000, maybe 18, 19, they're everywhere, man. Like,
didn't they fucking like get rid of the police in San Fran?
I don't know.
Well, they've defunded the police in fucking like a couple places.
I think they did a lot in the US during COVID.
And it's hell rough. And like apparently So
I remember when we were in San Francisco, it was me, my dad, and one of my dad's friends, and we're at this hotel, and the guy goes, "So whatever you do, just walk that way, because if you walk that way, you might not come back."
Jesus.
And we're like, cool.
That'd fucking sketch me out just walking down. Like, I'd be scared to go into a shopping mall, I reckon. Is it a bit sketchy?
It's completely sketchy. Like, it's insane. I'll tell this story while I was in Austin. I was just walking to the shops, and it's like maybe 5-minute walk, and this homeless woman's got a trolley, and she's walking across this main road, and she rams this Audi, and then the driver of the Audi drives up the curb and tries to hit this woman, like, with the trolley, like, tries to run her down, and this homeless woman's bolting, left her trolley behind. I was like, I just watched someone try to kill someone. And I'm like, I just want some bread and milk, man.
It's just a normal fucking day in America. Is it an open carry state? Do people just, that's fucked up?
Yeah.
That's so sketchy.
I didn't see much of it. Most people, like, don't, just because I think, like, it just would escalate if everyone was carrying stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just walk around with whatever you want.
Jesus Christ.
It's like Uber drivers got their guns ready to go, you know, and you're like,
it'd be weird walking around knowing, like, literally every single person is strapped. Like, the women.
Yeah,
like men,
everyone. It's like, you don't realise it, like, being from Australia. Like,
no, you're just walking around, but then if they just lift it up, they're top.
There it is.
There it is.
Know? Like, guys in the gym are like telling me, they're like, oh yeah, this is the gun that I take in my gym bag. This is a gun, and it's like, what? It's like if anything ever kicked off in the gym or anything, I'd be like, all right.
We're so blessed in Australia, right? We don't that's so funny, because today Miles was like saying, I think there's a meth epidemic in Adelaide at the moment. There was one homeless bloke sleeping out the front of Domino's when I got here the other day, and he's talking about one homeless guy.
That homeless guy spilt his sweet potato everywhere, and like, it fucked. It was so funny, man. It was just like, it was a mess.
But like, you see like 4 homeless people in Christie's Beach, and you're like, oh, the South's getting bad.
I'm not joking. I must have seen 30 on the walk from my house to the shops every day.
That's
Like,
fucked.
it's crazy.
Meth heads or just homeless?
Combination.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them just turn to that to deal with it,
Yeah.
or the opposite. They're like, they've turned to crack, and then
Yeah.
now they're homeless. You know.
Do you
But-
ever like just talk to them?
Nah. I was like, I'll cross the road, man. And I think they think I look rough with the mullet and the tats, and they're like looking at me, and I'm like trying not to make eye contact. I'm like, fuck.
Americans hell aren't shy people either, are they?
No, not at all. They'll come for a chat.
Yeah, see that doesn't like I'm not like much of a talker with strangers and shit, but they seem like they're hell chatty.
Yeah, I'm not either. Like, I'll be ordering something, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're from Australia?" I'm like, "Yep." And they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, oh, "I just want to eat." You know, like I just like I don't know what to say.
Do you get to go to any of them delicious burger joints?
Oh, heaps, so many.
They don't have like In and Out and shit in Austin.
No, they do. They do.
Do they?
Oh yeah, man.
Is it worth it?
In and Out's so good, man.
It is?
Like, so good. The guys at B-Team basically just live on In and Out.
Vidler gave it a 10 out of 10.
It is 10 out of 10. P. Terry's is good too. That's very similar. What else?
Did you go to Five Guys? Because
I did go to Five Guys. Five Guys is... I reckon Five Guys might be better than In and Out.
When I went to Belgium, I went to Five Guys there, and it was to this day the nicest burger I've ever eaten.
Yeah, In and Out's close. Like,
But I don't know if they do it in America the same as Belgium, but they leave the skin on their fries.
yeah, but
Oh,
a lot of places in the US
They do.
that. Yeah.
Oh, the fries over there are different to here.
Mhm.
They're so good.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck.
I'm trying to think what else. Not P. Terry's. Terry Black's barbecue.
You ate
That's
at Terry Black's?
Terry Black's is...
Was it? Oh,
It's amazing, you know. It's expensive, but it is amazing.
that's the one in
That's
Austin,
like the most
isn't
famous,
it?
I
Yeah.
think. Where else? Brown's is really good. That's another barbecue spot. Whataburger, don't bother.
That's their
that's like
version
Texas.
of In-N-Out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Texas is that overrated. Like, all the Uber drivers are, oh man, you got to try. It was like, it's shit.
Mm.
Like,
Did you eat some fried chicken and shit?
bits and pieces. None that really stood out. Lots of sick Mexican food there though.
Oh,
Like,
that'd be good.
And like, if you go to the truck and the menu's written in Spanish and
Just buy it.
the server doesn't speak any English, just point.
Is there a lot of that in Texas?
Yeah.
Like people not speaking English?
I guess I like taco trucks and stuff. It's like, but you know you're gonna get dope food.
Is it cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taco trucks can be for sure. But then you get overexcited, you know, you're like, this is sick. And then you've ordered like 10 things, and you're like, it's not
Same.
cheap anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking wild.
But it's definitely, like, Mexican food's definitely cheaper over there than it is here.
And it's actual, it's
And
like
it's
real
like-
Mexican food.
Yeah, it's like from the source, you know?
Yeah, if you ask Luke Helpsy about Mexican food, he'd tell you the most authentic place is Guzman Gomez.
Guzman Gomez is all-time greatest Mexican food, like, regardless.
You're on that train
yeah,
too?
yeah, big time, big time.
It's definitely better than Zambrero's. There's no question.
That's not even
There's
a comparison.
they do have the one sauce. I sometimes, if I'm feeling real slutty, I'll just order their sauce and
Really?
I'll take it and I'll go get KFC chips. Power play.
Now you're talking.
They got it's the tomatillo sauce,
Mm-hmm.
the green one.
Yep.
I fucking could rub that on my body. I fucking love that sauce so much.
Man, I get it every time. Spicy chicken enchilada. Oh, just load it up.
It's the
It's the
vibe.
best.
It is.
The only problem is it takes like 30 minutes in the drive-thru, and you're like just sat there waiting.
Yes, I've never been through the drive-thru. That's my Uber. That's my Uber
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
You're up. If you're being up that way, you get that good Uber.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I got some options.
You get the city and shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually just shy of the city.
Really?
Yeah, which is annoying, but Glenelg, Henley.
Yeah, you get that
Like,
good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, around here we just get fucking pizza and like burgers.
Miles is
pretty much.
always angry about Uber because all he gets is like Macca's.
Can he get Uber from his house?
I think there's like two options.
So my missus lives, or when she lived at her parents' house, they lived the street before Miles.
Yeah.
And the cutoff point for Uber back when she was living there was like 4 houses down. So we used to order Uber to that house
And then
just
wait
pick
there?
it up.
That's amazing.
But yeah, the Uber down in Seaford's so fucking shit.
Yeah, there's
The
nothing
Uber in
wrong.
America would be fucking crazy.
Ubers in America is terrible though, because there's like 8 different fees you have to pay. And
Oh,
then
really?
Then you have to tip, and then like
You have to tip everywhere there, eh?
oh, it's insane.
Was it weird to get? Do they kind of tell you how much you have to tip, or do you just like they're just waiting?
I think it's like between 15 and 20% is like a regular.
Why don't they
sort of
just
tip.
fucking put their prices up?
That's what I was saying. Everywhere we went, and I tell you what's even more annoying is they don't put the tax on things. Like they'll have like a sign. It's like $1 Gatorade. And I'm like, perfect. I got $1. I get there. They're like, oh yeah, it's $1.08. And I'm like,
What do you mean?
well, just tell me the price.
That's so dumb.
So now I'm going through my wallet looking for 8 fucking pennies. And I was
Yeah,
like,
and why do you have 8? Like, why do you have pennies?
Yeah.
Just do Australia. Just fucking
Just get
5
rid of
tens.
it.
Yeah, just do it in fucking like level numbers.
we don't even need 5 cents really. You just get
Nah.
rid of the 5 cents. Just do tens.
But it's just pay your waiters and shit like
A normal
$4 more an hour,
Mhm.
and don't make it awkward for me.
because it feels fake. It's like because they just want a good tip, so they're like over the top nice, and it's like
I guess it works out for some people. Like if you work at a really nice restaurant and you're a ridiculously attractive female, and you can you're good at talking, you could probably earn fucking $400 or $500 a night.
yeah, for sure.
But then your coworker who isn't as attractive, like
is a
bit
50-year-old bloke, and he's like,
yeah, he's gonna earn fuck all because they get paid. They pay him like fucking $6-7 an hour or something.
I don't even know if they get paid that sometimes.
It's
It's
fucking
crazy.
crazy. It's crazy. It's a crazy country.
It's insane. Like just so different. Like for some, speaks the same language, has basically the same sort of structure. It's just completely different.
See, everywhere I've gone in Europe, they've had a totally different culture and they speak a different language. So I've never experienced I've never been to England or America.
Yeah,
So I've never experienced
England's
English people
more
speak-
similar to Australia.
English people in general are more similar to Australians. Their humour is probably more similar than Americans. But
less sensitive.
they are a bit sensitive over there, eh?
Most of the guys in the gym are cool because they've had Craig razz them enough, but definitely if you're just out and about, people look at you funny if you say certain things.
Which is weird because they seem like they're not shy at all. Like they got no shame.
No,
So
they're
it's just
out
a
there for
weird
sure.
fucking mix of it. But it's probably better in Texas than it is in California and shit because you can't say anything. Like you say the wrong thing to the wrong person over there,
It's kicking off.
you're gonna get cancelled
Mm-hmm.
or fucking
But I think most of those people are in Austin now.
because Joe Rogan.
Because Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan ruined Texas.
Man, people in Texas hate people from California and New York.
Yeah, Joe Rogan ruined it for everyone.
Every Uber driver that was from Texas was just complaining constantly, about people moving here.
It would have been fucking sick if you seen Joe while you were over there because him and Craig are mates.
Oh, that would have been unreal. I know he was at ADCC.
Yeah,
but
he was. He was.
I didn't get to see him.
Wasn't ADCC the same weekend as a massive UFC card?
Massive UFC card and Canelo Triple G.
Yeah.
3. I tried to get tickets for Canelo Triple G.
Oh, were you in Vegas that week? You were.
I was.
Did you go to any of them?
I just ADCC. I tried to get tickets for Triple G and Canelo, but they were $700
For bleachers.
for bleachers, and I was like, I can't afford this right now.
And what UFC was it?
I think it was. I don't think it was that big. I think it was one of the Apex actually.
That'd still be sick to go to. The Apex would be cool to go to.
Yeah, but I couldn't get tickets for that either.
Have you been to that RAC arena in Perth?
No. I
Apparently
haven't.
it's fucking good. I haven't been there, but Miles reckons it's fucking sick. Perfect for fights. I think it only seats 28,000 or 30,000.
Nah, I've only been to where they hold the Eternal cards when I went with Jack when he fought both
right.
times.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what it's going to be like. I'm fucking so excited.
They should have done just a massive footy stadium.
They could
really.
have done it at the MCG.
Yeah,
And they would have
100%.
sold it. And obviously you can't see the fucking fights once you get to a certain point anyway. So it doesn't matter. You're
No.
just there to hear the screen.
Just be there.
I'm going to be watching the TV half the time. I can't fucking see that far.
No, you just want to be there for the walkout. And
That's
then
the only thing I just want to hear. Land Down Under.
That's it.
That's all I want to hear.
The roof will come off the place.
It's going to blow up. Anyway, man, I'll let you get to your day. But thanks for coming on again.
No,
You're
thanks
a
for
fucking
having me.
weapon.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man. We'll do it again soon.
Definitely.
Peace.